So say hello and tell us what your names are.
Hello, everybody. My name my name is Isaiah Allen. I'm 15 years old, and I am a sophomore right now in high school. Thank you.
Okay.
My name is Aaron Allen. I'm 12 years old, and I'm in the 7th grade.
So tell us a little bit about also your channel. You know, this is the Allen Boyz channel. How long have you guys had this channel, roughly, you think?
It's Allen Boyz YouTube channel. I think we've had this channel. We started maybe 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
4, maybe 3 years ago. But we kind of stopped posting to focus more on school and bowling, just our lives in general. So now we're back.
So tell us about that. That's good that you mentioned that. Tell us about that. Like, tell us about where you're at right now. You know, we feel as though school and bowling is a big part, and that's why we're here to do that, to really share this journey with everybody. But you tell us about where you're at as far as school, as far as bowling. Isaiah, you can go first.
I'm not gonna say that I'm doing great in school right now. I could get my grades up a lot more than what it is right now. Obviously, the main goal is to pass the year, keep going through high school, college. It's a big picture. But in order to do that, I got to get my grades up better than what it is right now. My goal is trying to get at least an 85 average and up. As for bowling right now, I like where I'm at bowling. My average is roughly around 190, maybe higher 180s. I like where I am now, but I do have some things I need to practice and get better at, which will really improve my game to get to my goal for bowling, which is going to be averaging 200.
Aaron, what about you? Tell us a little bit about where you're at with your school, where you're at with your bowling at this particular time in your career, and why are you excited about doing this again?
Smiley, you're making me laugh.
Sorry.
So far in school, I'm doing right where I want to be. I think I have around 80 average or something, around 80s. So far as bowling, I've been a lot better. I have a 175 average, and I think I'm where I need to be currently at my age.
So what are you getting ready to, next year's a big year for you. So what are you getting ready to?
Getting ready to start touring more high schools and doing more research on them.
Do you have, well, this is.
It's a biased question.
Right. Well, do you have any ideas about where you think you might want to go? Just to put it out there. If you don't, it's the answer. It doesn't have to be yes.
He only really knows one high school.
LaSalle Academy.
Where do you go, Isaiah? Did you say that?
No.
Okay.
I go to LaSalle Academy.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. Let's get into that a little bit more and get into your bowling journey. This has been a different journey for you this year. And going into bowling and going into academics. You know, we want the people to really understand what you're going through. This is why this is important. We're going to see you guys practicing. We're going to see you guys progress as we're telling everybody. But we got to give everybody a clear picture of exactly where you're at. The season just ended, correct?
Correct.
Tell us about this season and how did it go for you? The challenges that you had, the triumphs that you had.
I've been bowling since I was maybe 6 years old, and all I wanted to do was be on a team. I was on a team this year, and the first 2 or 3 weeks was definitely very nerve-wracking. My hands were shaking the entire time. But once you get used to the team, once you get used to the alley, your nerves go away because your team always got your back. It's the hype that the team brings that really makes you feel calm. Because if a team's not hype after your shot, you kind of feel like, was it not a good shot? Or, did I do bad? The playoffs just ended. My team came in second, and throughout the year, I had to not participate in some of the bowling games because my grades were not where it's supposed to be. When it's not where it's supposed to be, you have to take those few weeks off to try and get your grades up some more. And if you don't, then you're done for the season. And if you do, you get to come back on the team. So I got back on the team once, and then I had to leave again. My grades were where I wanted it to be, but unfortunately, due to midterms, I didn't do great on the midterms, so that dropped my grades tremendously. And I was off the team again. I had to watch them bowl I had to watch them unfortunately lose in the playoffs, which was heartbreaking for all of them, especially since most of my teammates are seniors. They're all going to be leaving next year, and I know they all wanted to leave on a good note with another championship. But, it's just a lesson to learn, to try and get my grades up some more so that doesn't happen again, especially next year. I'm going to be one of the leading people on the team. I'm going to have to be able to get my grades up so I can lead them to the playoffs and win a championship.
Okay. So let's just clarify that. Your team, you were able to play in the Brooklyn Queens Championships of the Catholic high schools, and your team came in what place for that?
What?
When you bowled, the playoff game that you bowled, what happened?
The Brooklyn Queens Championships. You got your 2 little glass trophies.
Oh.
You came in first.
That's division.
This still counts. You came in first for that, for Brooklyn Queens, and that qualified you to move on to cities.
Right.
And then cities is when you qualified second to team.
I mean, that's good to talk about because that was the first divisional championship. That was championship play. And tell us about your day on the lanes that day. How did it go for you? You talked about shaking and your nerves being there. This is really good for the kids out here to hear, everyone to hear. You talked about when you started out, you were shaking. Now this is a big stage. You're on this big stage championship. How did you perform?
I'm not gonna say I have a big ego, but I know where my talent is at. So I know when I went into division, being comfortable with the team and my talent level right now, I wasn't very nervous about what I could do to help out the team and try to win the division championship. When I got to the lane, I wasn't really nervous. I was really just trying to stay around my teammates, to stay around their positive energy, because if you don't have positive energy, that's going to reflect on your game. Without the positive energy, you're not going to do great. The lanes were pretty easy to understand, but thanks to my coach, who was coaching me through it, he helped me out some more to understand the lane. I had one of my biggest games of the season that game. I think it was the second game. Had a 247, which closed out the other school that we were versed in because they had to get like a 900 series in order to win, which in bowling is not easy to do. So, that I wasn't nervous, and that reflected. I did really good that day, which led to the championship when we got the division championship and we got first place, and I also won high game.
Great. Aaron, tell us a little bit about your experience so far from a bowling standpoint. You've been able to follow behind your brother and do some of the things that he's done, and you've been able to kind of experience it a little bit earlier. One of those things is practicing on a high level, at a high school level. You've been practicing with LaSalle for how many years have you been practicing with LaSalle High School?
Since Isaiah was in the 7th grade.
Oh wow! Right. So
so
that's about how many years?
Grade.
4 or 5.
About 4 years. And so what?
At 7th, 8th, I'm in 10th.
No, but it was late 7th when
So
you
about
met.
3 years. We'll
About
say
3.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You say. About how many years you think?
3.
3 years. What grade was you in? Would you say at that point? Maybe about 5th grade. So you've been practicing at a high school level since the 5th grade. This year you've practiced with LaSalle. Tell us a little bit about how you feel when you're practicing with a lot of older girls and guys. What does that feel like for you when you have to go to those practices? Do you feel like that makes you better? Are you intimidated when you go in there? Tell us about what you're thinking when you practice with people that are
High school age.
High school ages, seniors. Isaiah stated that a lot of those kids are seniors and they're leaving, and you're in the lane practicing with them. What do you feel about that?
I just come in there and just do what I usually do. Just bowl.
Just bowl. So do you feel a little nervous about it, or?
I don't think anything of it.
It's not really a big deal.
No.
Okay.
I think one thing that helps him is that he practices with people that he knows, so it doesn't really make him that nervous. Rather, if he bowls with completely unknown people, that would be a little bit more nerve-wracking.
Is that true, Aaron? Does it bother you to practice to bowl against people who you don't know?
No.
Tell you what it is.
So going forward, just tell us then. Again, as Mommy stated, you have a big year coming up. What are some of the things that you're thinking about in terms of, I know LaSalle's on the radar because you've been practicing there, you're familiar with the coaching staff, and you're familiar with a lot of the guys from the team. But for Aaron, what is it that you are looking for in going into high school? Are there some things specifically that you're looking for that you want?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
No.
So when you go out to hear the presentations, is there anything that you kind of want to hear academically wise or program wise? Is there anything that you want to know? If you don't know right now, that's fine. We're gonna have to go
No,
out there.
I'm not really thinking anything of it right now.
All right, cool. So, going forward, Aaron, last piece for you is going to be: are you excited about having the opportunity to bowl in high school?
Yes, I am.
And go ahead. Sorry.
Because it seems like a really fun experience to just, like, for Isaiah, for example, just runs around Manhattan with his friends.
Okay.
I would like to do that. Just run around New York and hang out with my friends.
A little bit more independence, you say. Well, listen, that comes with time. It comes a little bit as you get a little bit older. You can do more things. Does it interest you? And this is a good question for the people to know. Does it interest you to be able to bowl with your brother, or does it interest you to kind of bowl against your brother and LaSalle?
I
The
would like to
people
bowl
wanna know.
against
You like it?
Isaiah.
Okay. Say that again.
I would like to bowl against Isaiah
And LaSalle.
and LaSalle.
Okay, so that's a possibility, but we're not ruling it out that you guys can certainly start together. I mean, what do you guys see? But I'll ask both of you. What do you guys see? Should you team up and bowl together on LaSalle? How do you guys see that going as far as winning championships?
I don't think that's fair.
What do you mean?
Okay.
do you
Explain
mean?
that. Why? How do you not see that as fair?
I have a 175 average. What's your average?
190.
And it's just you intend to get better by the time you
Yeah.
get there.
So, question: do you know about the big three in the Miami Heat?
Kyle Lowry.
I'm sorry, no, when LeBron was there.
LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh.
Right. Was that fair? That all three of them got together on the
All
same
three of them
team?
weren't supposed to be together originally.
Was that fair that they all got together on the same team?
Yeah.
So, if that was fair, why wouldn't it be fair that you and your brother would be on the same team? That's two different things?
Yeah.
Okay, so should you not match up, team up? Should you not team up and then you go into different schools? How do you see that going?
Not in Isaiah's favor.
Isaiah, how do you see that going? Should you, have to, match up with Aaron, who will be a rookie at that particular time, and you would be, a senior getting ready to head out?
Right. If he were to team with me, I'd agree with him. Be a little bit unfair. Both of us could pop up for like a 2:30 game. Imagine both of us having 2:30 in the same game. That's it. You can't come back from that. You're losing. But as a brother, I've always been competing with him in basketball or any other sport. So I would still compete with him in bowling. Sometimes he'll get me on my off days, but other times I'll get him. So it really wouldn't be much of a difference. It would just really be seeing if he is good enough to help lead his team to a championship. I've already seen what I can do to benefit my team. But if he does decide to go to another school, I'd be excited to see what he can bring to his team.
Very good.
Okay.
Very, very exciting.
How do you feel about that, Aaron? What your brother just said?
I said what I needed to say. I think.
Okay.
All right, so
No
listen,
problem.
this is pretty exciting. So we're gonna close out with talking a little bit about, getting the season just ended for Isaiah. Well, also, do you guys bowl in any other leagues?
Yes, we bowl in a league in Rosedale.
Well,
Woodmere.
Well, now it's called Intercounty.
Intercounty
Yeah.
and Woodmere.
Oh, that's too complicated.
Mhm.
But we bowl in a league every Saturday. I think that's where I started bowling when I was 6. That's where he started bowling when he was maybe 4. We've been there ever since. When I have to go to college, that's it for me. I can't really do that league anymore.
Mhm.
But I like to take that league to practice sometimes for if I know I have a big game coming up for school. And I've already done all I could at that league. I've already established myself as the main guy. I've won Triple Crown, which is something incredible. I didn't get the award for it though, and it still hurts me because COVID started and we didn't have the award ceremony, so I couldn't get the award. But whatever, we'll just do it again.
So going forward now, the last question going to be, we're going into technically the off season for school bowling. And so this is the time to try to improve your game. Same thing for you, Aaron, as you get ready to, get prepared for high school. What are the things that you're looking to do to prepare yourself in the bowling alley, as well as, and this goes for both of you, academically as well. Let's talk about that. Give me both, academically and bowling. Aaron, go first.
Academically, I think I can raise my grades a little, but where I'm at right now, it's fine. But it can always be risen up. I think that's how you say it. And bowling wise, I think I'm doing a lot better than an average 12-year-old would do as a bowler. So I think right now I'm holding up all right.
Are you looking to get better? What are the improvements that you're looking to do specifically? Because we're going to be coming with you guys on the lane. So what are the things that you're specifically looking to do to get better? Are you looking to add more power, more accuracy? What are you looking to do?
I'm not concerned with anything specific right now, but I think I'm good.
Isaiah?
I already talked about with my parents and other kids who could possibly help me with my academics. School isn't necessarily supposed to be hard. As long as you get in your homeworks, you'll really pass the class. But the only problem with me is I don't pass tests, so I need to find a better studying routine to pass tests, which would help me get my grades up to stay on the lane and help other colleges probably look at me from bowling and academically. For bowling, I obviously have things I need to improve on. I would like to improve on my follow through or improve on the amount of power I put on the lane. I'm an accuracy bowler, so I would also like to work on finding my lines on different lane patterns, like on dry lane patterns. For most accuracy bowlers, that when the ball doesn't hook, they pretty much shut out. That's it. They can't really do much. They have to attack the pin straight up like a power bowler, and that's just not what they are. So I think I'll have to learn how to move around in certain patterns and try new things during this off season.
Good. You guys good? We're gonna definitely be with you guys down in the lanes, taking a look at some of those things, and we'll be with you also academically to see how you guys are improving. We thank you guys today. Mommy, you got anything else?
No, you guys are great.
Did a good job, guys. We'll talk to you guys later.